hello to all my friends, this is Calabrios! You know, it's been 2.5 weeks since former WBA heavyweight champion Alexander Povetkin was beaten by WBO heavyweight champion Wladimir Klitschko by a 12-round unanimous decision in Moscow, Russia. But Povetkin's promoter, Kali Sauerland, still isn't happy with all the clinching and leaning that the 37-year-old Wladimir was permitted to get away with in the fight. Sauerland feels that the referee, Louis Babon, should have stepped in and given some warnings to Wladimir to keep him from grabbing so much in the fight. Sauerland files a protest to the World Boxing Association about the referee. And Kali said this, quote, "After the fight with Povetkin, we have learned one thing. If the opponent is within 1 meter of Klitschko, Wladimir then becomes a robot with a clip instead of his hands. In this case, no one has a chance. In the 3rd round, Klitschko clinched 10 times and he leaned on him 8 times. Bobon didn't intervene. Now, Bobon did take a point off from Wladimir in the 11th round after he pushed Povetkin to the canvas. But Wladimir, he had been shoving him earlier in the fight and had gone away with it. Now, Povetkin was knocked down 4 times in the fight, but 2 of them appeared to be by pushes from Wladimir. The knockdowns looked very questionable, but they were still counted. Now, Wladimir tends to do a lot of clinching in all of his fights and has been doing it for years. Now, it seems he clinches more now than he ever has in the past, and it's hard to understand why, because most of his opponents have no chance against him due to the talent imbalance. See, Wladimir was beaten by some really big heavy weights recently, and so it's not like his size that is always the main factor in him winning. He's fast, he's got a great chopping power. It's not enough to win, these fights. But he doesn't need to hold his opponents because he rarely faces fighters with any power. Povetkin was one of the few opponents of Wladimir that could actually punch. Vladimir's other recent opponents, Francesco Pianetta, Marius Watch, Tony Thompson, and Jean-Marc Mormick, weren't big punchers. Now, Wladimir talked after the fight about one day giving Povetkin a rematch, but doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. Wladimir has other guys he plans on fighting, starting with Kubrat Pulev in early 2014. Povetkin is going to have to earn his way back to a mandatory sport, against Wladimir if he wants to fight him again, So, it might be better off for Povetkin to be targeting another champion instead of waiting on a rematch with Wladimir, as he could end up waiting an awful long time for a rematch. There's not a lot a fighter could do to avoid getting back clinched by Wladimir, other than telling the referee to watch that kind of thing. They could do that because it doesn't mean the referee will do anything about it. He might just let Wladimir get away with holding. In that case, you have to make sure that you get your shots off first and try to catch him cold the same way Corey Sanders did in his KO over Wladimir.